Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. Agape means love, unconditional love, the love of God operating through the human heart. Or as I describe it, love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. And that's what we teach at Agape. We teach how to better self-love through conscious living. We follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind. We practice some Zen Buddhism. We practice some Hinduism. We understand that there's truth in all faiths and there is no dogma. We get to choose because we are an infinite point of consciousness given the freedom to create. And we understand that the greatest discovery that the human ever made was that they could think. And the second greatest discovery we made was that our thoughts create. So when we change our thinking, we change our focus, we can create a whole new experience. And so that's what we do here at Agape. We're creating our lives and we're 100% responsible for our experience. Not what happens, our experience. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics in the world. But before we do, let's take a few moments and get ourselves centered. So if you would, bring yourself to a comfortable seated upright position. Your back is straight. Let your hands rest gently on your lap. Close your eyes and bring all your awareness to your breath. Consciously breathing in, consciously breathing out. Just follow the rhythm of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice how your body is relaxing. Let the thoughts come in and go out. Don't hold on to them. Just feel that you're in rhythm. Just like a wave washes in and then it goes back out. Your breath comes in, your breath goes out. The thought comes in, the thought goes out. The experience comes in, the experience goes out. People come in, people go out. This is the rhythm of life. This is when you're living in the flow, you understand this. And you're not trying to hold on and stop the flow. This is understanding truth, the nature of life, the nature of the soul, the rhythm of God. And so with that concept, that truth embodied within you, know that you're open to receive new ideas. Don't hold on to old ideas. Release those old ideas. Don't just blindly accept new ones, but be open to receive them and to feel, sense, and know whether they are right for you at this time. Because you are the master of your mind. You control your destiny. So with this implanted, I invite you to come back to this time, this place, your body, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes and come back into now. Today, I'm going to talk about my favorite topic. It's the basis of all the counseling I ever do, and the basis is self-worth. And my talk title today is Your Self-Worth is the Ceiling on Your Life. So how do you break the limits you didn't know you set? You see, we hear about a glass ceiling. That's basically in the corporate world for women, that there's a glass ceiling that they can't rise above. Well, everyone has a glass ceiling. And the key is you will never outperform your self-worth. Period. End of sentence. Whatever you believe you're worth will be the upper limit of anything you can experience. You see, life, which is everything outside of your point of awareness, can only rise to the level you believe you deserve. In other words, what you believe you deserve, you create a puzzle piece. And life will fill that puzzle piece. If your puzzle piece is small, you get a small fulfillment. In relationships, if it's very small, you get very small. If it's big, you get big. In money, the same thing. This applies to what is your self-worth in every area of your life. Career, spirituality, health, relationships, money, you name it. Your level of self-worth determines your experience. But what if the limits in your life are not set by your talents, opportunities, or even God, but how much you believe you deserve? Because in truth, those are the limits. The great master teacher Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe." Not more than you believe, not less than you believe, but what you believe. Jesus told us exactly what our limit was, what our self-worth would indicate. So let's explore this invisible ceiling. Self-worth isn't about ego or pride. It's the deep, often unspoken sense of what's possible for me. It's in that still quiet. Let's say you're looking at a car. Well, that car's not possible for me. I am not worthy of it. Let's say you're looking at a partner, a man or a woman, depending on what your preference is. Oh, that one's too smart for me, or that one's too good looking for me, or that one's not in my socioeconomic class. I could never match up to that. It's unspoken. It's deep within you. An example of this, if someone wins $10,000 unexpectedly, one person invests it. One person upgrades their life. One blows it in a month. Same money, different worth. See, there's a difference there. Your self-worth determines your actions. In Zen, the barrier is not the mountain. It's the belief that you're too small to climb it. That's really a big thing. You could achieve whatever you wanted. But if you believe you're too small, you're not even going to take the first step. In religious science, life reflects consciousness. In other words, the universe says yes to the level of worth you project. So Zen says you believe you're too small. Religious science says you're projecting a level of worth. Very much in harmony. So where does self-worth come from? Most of it comes from our early conditioning. Messages from mom and dad, from our culture, our religion, where we're born. Think about that, where you're born. What part of a city are you born? Were you born in a wealthy part of the city or a poor part of the city? Were you born in a country that was Catholic or Christian or Islamic or Jewish or Hindu or Buddhist? Where you're born has a lot to do with your self-worth. Who you're born to has a tremendous amount to do with your self-worth. What type of education you got has a lot to do with your self-worth. Also, repetition forms identity. When you've heard something enough times, it becomes who you are. My dad used to say, the reward for good work is more work, and he said it over and over and over again. It's not about more work. It's about work that enriches you, that juices you. Dad had it wrong, but Dad was doing the best he could. But I believed that for a long time. He taught that to my sons, and we had to work on dispelling that myth. Because when you repeat something over and over again, here's what happens. As I get old, my body deteriorates. You say that enough, you hear that enough, what happens? Think about what the drug companies do. The drug companies put these commercials on television all over the place. Take this and you'll live this life. Take this, you'll live this life. And they show you these fantastic images, very vibrant, joy-filled images. But then while they've got it on there, they'll put the side effects down and they don't highlight that at all. A lot of side effects involved. Self-worth also comes from trauma or repeated failure. Those things, trauma and repeated failure, they'll cement our low ceiling. If you've had trauma, if you've had bad relationships, I'm not worthy of a good relationship. If you failed at a specific job, I'm not that. Remember, Colonel Sanders, he went out and pitched his recipe. I can't tell you how many times, no after no after no, and then finally a yes. Thomas Edison with the light bulb. Every time light bulb failed, he says, oh, I learned a new way not to make a light bulb. But he never gave up. He kept going. Self-worth equals perception plus your emotional associations plus your unchallenged beliefs. So when you really think about it, self-worth is how you see yourself and the emotions that you've attached to how you see yourself. And a lot of times they're beliefs that you've never challenged. The key truth is your life will not arise above your subconscious beliefs about what you deserve, no matter how much you consciously want it. You see, we forget that our unconscious mind represents 95% of all that we think, have ever thought. It's stored there. Our conscious mind is only 5% or maybe even less. So to change the subconscious, you really got to do some conscious thinking to keep implanting more and more different thoughts so that you can change the basis of the subconscious. Some of the signs that your self-worth is holding back is you reject compliments or downplay your achievements. Someone says, boy, that's a nice suit. Oh, I got this a while back. No. Someone gives you a compliment you never justify. You say, thank you. When you achieve something good, you say, yes, I did. When you got a college degree, I got a college degree. When you got a master's degree, I got a master's degree. When I was ordained a minister, I was ordained a minister. I'm grateful. I achieved that. When I got certified as a certified hypnosis practitioner and certified medical support hypnosis practitioner, darn right, I don't put those achievements aside. I don't belittle them. No, I achieved them. My self-worth is based on what I agree I've achieved. Another thing is, when you procrastinate or don't follow through on big goals, that's because you don't feel you're worthy. When you don't feel worthy, you're going to put off doing something because I'm not worthy of that. Why would I go for that? If you're holding back, it's because you overgive and underreceive. This is big. This is really big. There are so many people that are out there that are giving, but they won't receive back. And in life, there's always a balance of giving and receiving. My mother was a giver, huge, had a hard time receiving, caused her a lot of problems in her life. I know that I had to work on that. I tend to give a lot. I haven't learned to receive, and I do. In my relationship with my wife, I'm giving half the time, I'm receiving half the time. Not every day, but on balance, yes. Some days she needs more, so I give more. Some days I need more, so she gives more. But overall, it's always in balance. For me, that's the sign of a healthy relationship. Balance, giving and receiving. Balance, challenging and supporting. Another sign your self-worth is holding you back, when you prepare endlessly, constantly seeking, I'm not prepared enough, I'm not prepared enough, I'm not prepared enough, or just stepping forward. I love to practice the Pareto principle. 20% effort gives me 80% result. I'm going to step forward. Build a website, 20% effort, I got 80% of the result I want, I'm going live. I can do perfection as I go, but I'm not holding back the website. I am going live. Making sense? Another thing that holds us back in our in self-worth is when we settle. We settle for relationships that are not what we want. We settle for careers or jobs that are not what we want. We settle on health because it's good enough. It's not good enough because you've settled. Anytime you're settling for something, you're selling yourself short. You are an infinite expression of the divine, a point of consciousness with the ability to think, and your thoughts can create anything you want by building a belief structure. Why in the world, knowing that that power is infinite, would you ever settle? Good question. It's a question only you can answer. The other thing I found about self-worth holding you back, humor. If you've ever found yourself editing God's blessing before they arrive, you might have a self-worth issue. We use humor to stop ourselves from going that, oh, I'm that type of guy who just makes those mistakes all the time. I did this, da-da-da. No. So now we know what are the signs that self-worth is holding us back. Let's talk about some tools where we can raise our self-worth or raise the ceiling. Number one is awareness. Become aware of the self-talk ceiling. Things like, I can't charge that much. People like me don't get that. And you can follow this all along. You know, one of the things is, like, as I set up for my hypnosis business, I can't charge that much. What do you mean I can't? Is it worth it? What does a plumber get for an hour? What does a massage therapist get for an hour? Think about that. I called a plumber a couple weeks ago, $150 an hour. No questions asked. Why? They have a skill that you don't have. If you have a skill, you should be charging what it's worth, not belittling it. Catch and write down the thought. You know, if you're having crazy thoughts, write down that thought. And then you ask the question, whose voice is this? Is this mine or someone else's? Many times it's my mom's voice, my dad's voice. Could be the nun's voice from, from elementary school where I had nuns of the Sacred Heart. Yeah, they put a lot of limiting thoughts in my mind. There's also a tool that we can do is we can have an emotional rehearsal. That's right. Imagine yourself living at the next level of worth. See it, feel it, embody it. Create the feeling inside of you before it even happens. Worthiness. Get this. Worthiness is not earned. It's embodied. And if you can embody the feeling you want with that worth, oh my God, you're there. Things will change. So what tools can we use? Well, we can use worthy habits. Align daily habits with the level of self-worth you want. Let's say you want to be wealthy. Well, a daily habit would be, if you make $1, invest a penny. Put a penny into a savings jar. If you make $100, put $1. Start the habit. A habit that you want to fix your body, you want to get stronger. Go to the gym for 5 minutes. Start the daily habit. Another example would be, if you were worth $1 million in value to the world, how would you dress? How would you walk? Where would you invest your time? See, you don't have to have $1 million, but you can start walking, talking, dressing, investing your time as if you were. You can start healing the root. In other words, forgive the past sources of your worth limits. Not for them, but for your own freedom. So whatever the source that caused you to have a low self-worth, let it go. Say, brought me to this point. And then release the identity that you're not enough by replacing it with, I'm already enough, therefore more is possible. Really think about that. I am already enough, and therefore more is possible. What a great way to live. In religious science, the law of mind doesn't discriminate. It always matches your inner belief, nothing more or nothing less. It's a mirror. That's how you know what your self-worth is. Your life is mirroring what you believe you're worthy of. In Zen, the worth you seek isn't added to you. It's revealed when you stop believing you're unworthy. In both of these philosophies, religious science and Zen, it's not about doing more. It's becoming the vibration of, the energy of. And that energy is with you right now. You don't have to go find it. You just have to remember that it's there right now. Worthiness is a spiritual state of knowing you are already part of the infinite. Think about that. Worthiness is a spiritual state, knowing you're already part of the infinite. In Science of Mind, we teach that we're all one with God, one with universal mind. If you believe that, you have a high self-worth. If you don't believe that, you have a low self-worth, and it's demonstrating in your life. So I thought I'd bring you some affirmations that you can use to start building your self-worth. That's self-talk. Number 1, I'm worthy of more than I've allowed myself to receive. That's a good starting place. I'm worthy of more than I've allowed myself to receive. And then, I expand my worth and my life rises to meet it. I expand my worth and my life rises to meet it. It has no choice but to do that. And finally, my worth is infinite, and my life reflects it now. Well, my wife does reflect my worth, because the quality of person that my wife Jean is a reflection of what I feel I'm worth in a relationship. And I am blessed because I've got a phenomenal wife. So think about these 3 affirmations and how they are successive. They follow one another. I'm worthy of more than what I've allowed myself to receive. Beginning point, middle point. I expand my worth and my life rises to meet it. And now the full bore worth. My worth is infinite and my life reflects it now. I might suggest you do these 3 affirmations in sequence 10 times every day and start implanting that new imprint into your subconscious mind. So I'm going to give you a challenge. For the next 7 days, notice every time you lower yourself to fit your old ceiling. And in that moment, stand taller, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Act like the person who already deserves what you want. Question is, can you do that for 7 days? That will change your level of awareness. And when you change your level of awareness, you change everything. You see, the ceiling isn't real. It's a story you've agreed to. And the moment you see it, you can walk right through it. That's your power. You're not destined. You are given freedom to create your own destiny. I want to thank you for joining me today. And so if you like this message and you'd like to plug in, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Click on the link and sign up for my daily thought and weekly newsletter. While you're there, check out the calendar. See all the events that we've got online and in person. And if this message truly did touch you, go to the Giving tab. Become an automated giver. Whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20, $150, $300, $400 a week. Whatever you feel is right. But your gift allows us to continue to bring this message to the world. And we would love to continue to share this with greater and greater numbers of people. So if you like this video, share it. That's the best gift you can do, because when you share it, more people see it. More people see it, the more we open people to question. The more we question, the more we can answer. With that, life is great. I'm going to make it so. Join me and let's make it great together.